Welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Middleton passes to Kispert. 35 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Nails it from beyond the arc.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Suns trail by 15. Now Beal. 17 points in his last outing. And Bilal Coulibaly picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. So both teams making some changes here. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of this one. And Washington with possession. 9 points in a row. A good run going. Poole's shot is off.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
And so it's the Washington Wizards up 15 points as this quarter concludes. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Kevin, we saw some moments of frustration for you early. What are you seeing out there?
Well, I missed a lot of shots. I'm just trying to be aggressive. I'm missing wide open threes.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the Washington Wizards.
They've kept the ball moving. No one's trying to be a hero, and you see the results.
Yeah, they're just not slinging it around. They are passing with a purpose.
And now that we have some time, let's see how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
Well, these are very early returns, but even so, you can see who the fans are excited to see play.
A lot of these guys deserve the votes, but there's some big names missing. Come on, America, do better.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. One of the stories here, Jordan Poole. Man, is he getting it done today.
He took a head-on approach in the first half, going straight at the D and drawing fouls.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
Suns trail by 15. And so, in the game for Phoenix, Booker and Beal are the talented backcourt. Kevin Durant is out there with Nick Richards. And it's done in at the small forward position.
And such beautiful mechanics, awesome touch. Devin Booker so well equipped to just score buckets.
Kicks it to George. It's Poole on the wing. Here's the three. And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Booker, the pass to Beal. To the middle. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
You've seen Bradley Beal elevate his playmaking ability over the years. That's nice work in the pick and roll.
Poole for three. And again, it's Washington with a three.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Outside Booker. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far.
And that's the kind of play you put on repeat. Just go back to Booker in the pick and roll.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You look at the Mavericks, they're making moves up the standings, claiming that fourth spot.
You know, right now for the Wizards, they've claimed the top spot because they've earned it. Some critics have said they're playing way above their heads, but I think we're just learning how great this team is. Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Outside Durant. Shoots over George. Durant, no good.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
It's George on the wing. Jacks up a 3. The Suns clear it.
Only their first miss in 4 attempts. It's been a great start to the half.
Pass to Dunn. Booker for 3. And it's Poole with a rebound. Wizards leading by 18. And the shot goes down. Poole's got 25 points in the game.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half.
Timeout, timeout.
Offense really moving well, ball snapping, and shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. He wants to review the game plan. And here's a look at some numbers for Grayson Allen.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. The crossover, and he hits the jumper for 2. Durant's got 7 points.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
When you look at the career of Kevin Durant, he's had an amazing list of teammates, Grant.
Yeah, that's true, B.A. And it started with Westbrook and Harden. Then he had Steph, Clay, and Dre, Kyrie, and then Booker and Beal. That is quite the list.
Dunn, the pass to Booker. Let's go with a 3. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
He's done everything he can tonight, trying to keep this team competitive.
Poole with the ball. Richards picks him up, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
He's been called streaky before, but Jordan Poole is getting it going here, on fire offensively.
And here's Booker. He's got 14. Going inside, and Booker with the jam.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it. Well, he's leading everyone in points right now. His teammates keep feeding him the ball, and he keeps delivering.
Beal, the pass to Richards. That shot, no good. And George with some nice D.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
At the pool party, sometimes you get dunked.
And it's the Suns with the ball. Pass to Durant. Dunn outside. To the paint. Booker with the jam.
Well, here's the problem. He's shooting the lights out, but they're still behind. They need another guy to step up.
Up top, George. Takes a 3. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Booker surveying the D. Beal finds Booker. Here's Richards. Back to Beal. It's rebounded by Washington. Holmes has got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Carrington. And here's Poole. There's the triple. And the three-pointer goes. Poole's got 36 points.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
They're pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
What a performance for Jordan Poole. He's been the story for Washington. He's nearing the 40-point mark, just getting whatever shot he wants. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Marcus Smart. Kispert is out there with Bilal Coulibaly. Then it's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Champagne with the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards.
Well, clearly a mistake by the defender. Plumlee's a big guy that you have to wrap up, but if you don't, he can get and ones.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Washington.
Their offensive game plan has been simple. Look to shoot it often from outside the arc. And the results have been outstanding.
Well, looking at the stat sheet, I could just see here tonight sharing the basketball. The stat that comes up most is assists. So sometimes you have to look for your teammate. That makes things happen. They've done it.
Booker can't get it to go.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Three-pointer is up from Brogdon. And it's Devin Booker with a rebound. Suns trail by 19. Pass to Dunn. Up top, Booker. Defended by Smart. Back to Dunn. Lets the 3 fly. And once again, off the mark by Phoenix. For Washington, they've gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
The Suns have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth.
Timeout,
and
timeout.
Timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Here's Plumlee. Pass to Dunn. Now O'Neal. Back to Allen. And the layup is good off the glass.
And the advantage he has is clear. Just taking what the defense gives him right there.
Brogdon against Allen. Here's Smart. Basket is good on the assist from Brogdon. Smart's got his first 2 points.
Well, Brogdon's a pretty gifted passer and trying to do a great job of heading up this offense from the point position.
Here's Booker. Rebounded by Champagne. Wizards leading by 19. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Malcolm Brogdon. That's foul number 2 for him.
After being so smart with the ball in the first half, he's gotten a bit careless.
A new lineup here for Washington. And Mike
Budenholzer
decides to call a timeout. He is not messing around. Calling them into the huddle. Richards with it. Pass to Beal. Outside Durant. Here's Richards. Clock at 6. Dunn outside. Lets it go from deep. And Holmes pulls it down. Holmes has got 7 rebounds in the game. And so it's Poole who brings up the ball for the Wizards. 22 was their biggest lead.
And Poole streaking past the defense. Looked like he had another gear he got to.
Now here's Booker. Up again. Controls the rebound and the putback.
And those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
George passes to Holmes. Poole with the ball. Got it. Poole's got 40 points. A
Poole cashing in from the shallow end.
Suns trail by 21. 1:49 left in the fourth. From the high post, Booker can't get it to go. The Wizards have got 3 of 6 shots to go in this fourth quarter. Pass to Poole. Fires from deep. That's good. And so Middleton with the assist. Middleton's got his 3rd assist of the night.
And Poole has that unlimited kind of range. I wonder who influenced that.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Wizards.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And it was a team effort tonight, collecting their 39th victory of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jordan Poole.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
52 seconds left in the final quarter. Three-pointer is up. Middleton. And again, it's Washington with a 3.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game. But once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Booker against Poole. Inside. Richards. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Booker against Poole. Spins. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. No good for Poole. Now here's Durant, defended by Kispert. Booker against Poole. Outside Booker. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and our entire 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Jordan Poole.
Chase Center in San. Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have for you tonight as we get set to bring you NBA action. Midway through the season now, RJ, how important is a team's rhythm at this point of the season?
You need to have your set schedule and routine, things that keep you grounded and let you go about your business on the court.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Corey Kispert is out there with Holmes. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Coulibaly. And it's Poole in at the point. Here's Middleton. He gets it in there.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
Payton with it. Outside Curry. Here's the three. Washington with the rebound. They are tearing through the league right now with 15 wins in a row.
There's a lot of players who will say they don't take notice of a budding winning streak. But when it's double digits, everyone knows. Winning streaks are a lot harder than people think because every single team wants to be the one to take you down.
Payton outside. Crafty move. Rebounded by Holmes. For Washington, they won their last contest, that game against Phoenix. Poole. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Ooh, going to that hole with confidence. Poole converts that contact bucket.
Curry passes to Green. To the paint. Pass to Kuminga to stop the run. Rebounded by Holmes.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And, Richard, you just get the feeling that Jonathan Kuminga is finally starting to hit his stride, don't you?
It is all about opportunity in this league, Kevin. With more playing time and scoring chances, Kuminga has really blossomed, and he is not done getting better.
Curry passes to Kuminga. Over Kispert. Kuminga, no good. Wizards have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Poole, no good.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Pass to Hield. Jacks up a three. Buries the long-range jumper.
You should be looking for him. What a great pass.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. A drive by Poole. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Payton dishes to Hield. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Nice move. Hield showing he's not just a three-point shooter.
And he goes in for the dunk.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Warriors trail by 6. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's made the decision he wants to huddle up with his guys. Podziemski, he's checked in for Gary Payton. George is checked in for Washington. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, outside Green. George against Kuminga. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Here's Podziemski. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
And yet to attack the paint here, everything's coming from the outside.
Richard, we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
Poole with it. Now Green defending. Yep, it counts.
That's a sneaky little finish by Poole. When he's confident, oh man, Jordan, he can torch your team.
Here's Pajemski. He's defended by Koulibaly. Here's Green. Back to Pajemski. Lets it go from 11. Rebound by Kispert. Wizards leading by 8. A drive by Poole. And that one, good. Poole's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they're in control on both ends of the court, and it's always impressive when you build a double-digit lead in the first quarter.
Kuminga kicks to Curry. Pass to Hield. Golden State moving it around. Clock is at 3. Shoots from the baseline. And the rejection by Holmes. So both teams changing it up here. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Middleton the pass to George. For 3, Brogdon. And another miss by Washington. Here's Moody. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And so it's Jordan Poole making highlights for the Wizards. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Washington.
They've made a point to take what's given to them in the mid-range. The jumpers are falling for them so far.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
They've got Gary Payton II. Moses Moody is out there with Pajemski. And it's Santos in at the 4-man position. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Drains it from beyond the arc. Middleton's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Washington.
And this is what Middleton does. Hit trades. He's one of the best in the league at helping his team space the floor.
Wizards leading by 13. Smart passes to Champagnie. The tray. And again, Washington with the triple.
And it's big when Smart is hitting from deep. Really helps open up this offense.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
A nice shot by Moody. Moody's got his first basket of the night. Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And here's Brogdon from the arc. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather, and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. As Jackson Davis is checked in for the Warriors. Warriors trail by 17. Now, here's Moody. 17 points in his last outing. And the slam by Moody.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And Brogdon, here we go. And there it is for him. Brogdon's got 5. And something that every NBA player has now that maybe they didn't a couple years ago, RJ, their own personal trainer.
Well, it's just a beautiful investment of your own resources back into your body. I love that players are hiring chefs, dietitians, sleep aides, and the teams are hiring them. I love every aspect of that.
Puts up a 3. The shot's good on the assist by George. 8 points for him.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Now Pajemski. Still without a basket. Here's Moody. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA's 65 games requirement for postseason awards has drawn some criticism. But Adam Silver says, ultimately, this is about the fans and putting the best product forward. Load management was not working for us. This is having the desired effect, that guys are out on the floor. Kevin?
Yeah, they want to be on the floor, right? Keep them tuning in. Good stuff, D.A. Thank you.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to Minnesota. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul. The Warriors making a switch here. Spencer's checked in. And so here is Golden State. They trail by 18. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Payton surveying the floor. Shot clock at 6. Spencer's shot is off.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And here's Poole for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Poole's got 15 points.
And this game has Poole's fingertips all over. This man is dominating right now.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
Well, you look at Poole. He's there in the top 10 in the Eastern Conference voting. The fans have really gotten behind him.
And that's the way it should be. Kevin, you could make a case that he should be a starter, but there's just so many great players in the East. Just being in the top 10 shows how much respect the fans have for him.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. Up again.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
.102 left here in the second. Hield outside. Payton outside. Down low. They kick out to Hield. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Well, Draymond has a special talent for setting guys up, especially for his position.
Here's Poole. It's taken away by Payton. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Kispert, no good.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. And here's Poole for 3. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Poole's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Wizards. And so it's the Washington Wizards closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The one goal they had coming into this game was to not let Curry beat them. And so far, their defense on Steph has been tremendous. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Marcus. Looking at your role with reserves, how do you make the biggest impact on the game?
We got to be a pest coming off the bench. You know, we don't have time to get ready to get warm. We got to be ready to come in and change the game and keep the intensity going early.
You sure did that in the first half. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Greetings. First off, some updates for you as we take a look at our all-star voting totals.
At times in the past, we've teased the fans for how they voted. But it's not easy, man. There's a lot of talented guys out here. I love to see who's leading so far.
Don't give them too much credit, Kenny. Some fans know what they're talking about. Most don't.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Wizards.
Well, to be honest, a good shot for one person may not be a good shot for you. Each guy on this team has to understand his limitation and play to their strengths.
Self-awareness, an important trait for those who are constantly trying to get better. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Wizards leading by 20. Here's who Brian Keefe is starting the second half with. We've got Richaun Holmes. Corey Kispert is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Jordan Poole. And it's Coulibaly in at the shooting guard.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Curry against Poole. And Payton throws it down hard.
The way that Curry reads the floor, he could get double-digit assists on any night if he wanted to.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. G.A., what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
And Poole gets it to go.
Just another spot Poole can hurt you from, adjusting easily in that mid-range.
Payton outside. Shot by Hield, nobody around. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got 3 assists now in this one. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Wizards leading by 20. It's Poole with the drive. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
There is no lack of energy from Poole. He's a hard charger now.
Curry finds Green. And Green slams it in.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
For 3, Kispert. The three-pointer is right on target. Kispert's got 6 points.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun. You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, D.A. Marcus Smart's checked in for the Wizards. And here's Poole for 3. The Warriors pull it in.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
They get it back. Outside, Payton. Driving the lane. And Payton throws it down hard.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Hield against Poole. Poked away. Outside Curry. Fires the 3. Drains the three-pointer. Curry's got his first 3 points of the game.
And you got the feeling that was coming. Curry loves coming back with a 3 of his own.
Poole, no good. Warriors trail by 19. Hield the pass to Green, and Green slams it in.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Pass to Poole. From deep. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 3 assists tonight.
Really no surprise to see it go in. Poole has a terrific accuracy from deep.
Curry kicks to Payton. Right side, Kuminga. Payton with a screen on hold. Kuminga with a wide open look. Off target from outside. And it's Smart with the ball for the Wizards. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. The 3 from Poole. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
So for the Wizards, Champagne's checked in, and Georgia subbed in for Kispert. Outside Fournier. 1:05 left in the third quarter. The rebound by Champagnie.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
This one for 3. It's good from long range. Champagnie's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Fournier. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Poole. And the Warriors making a change here. Santos has checked in. Pass to Podziemski. They need this. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And here's Brogdon from the arc. The rebound by Post. Golden State's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jordan Poole. That'll be his second foul of the game. .16 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Spencer, guarded by Smart. Clock at 6. Here's Post. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Jordan Poole making highlights for the Washington Wizards. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And we'll be back with you shortly. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy. Drive and kick. Let it come out of the wall.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Brandon Podziemski, and it's Moody in at the small forward. And George kicks to Smart. Pass to Carrington. Lets it go from deep. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
The Warriors shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Spencer, the pass to Moody. And there's the drive. Rebound, Washington. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the second of 6 for them. Smart. Off target with his 3. So it's the Warriors now. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Back to Moody. And he banks in the layup. 11 points for Moses Moody.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Brogdon. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Brogdon with the smooth finish inside. His game is so polished.
Pass to Podziemski. Here's Santos. Knocks down the 3 ball. Santos has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
For three, Brogdon. That one does not go. It puts him at 5 for 9 from the field. Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Moody's shot is off. And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Gill is checked in for the Wizards. Bay comes in for Smart. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Beyond the arc, and it's Malcolm Brogdon with the 3. Brogdon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Three-pointer, Hill. Gill with the rebound. Washington's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Over in the corner, Kuminga. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. For Washington, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Over to the wing. And here's Brogdon from the arc. And again, Washington with the triple.
Well, it's much easier to space the floor when you have effective shooters like Brogdon on your roster.
Outside, Payton. Hield kicks to Kuminga. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And here's Brogdon from the arc. The Warriors pull it in. Payton outside. Pass to Green. Curry outside. The rebound by Brogdon. Washington's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Wizards.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jordan Poole.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Pass to Payton. Green kicks to Kuminga. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Too little, too late. That final score will look way closer than how this game actually played out.
It's good.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Deflects the pass. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
That pass wandered off target. Can't lose focus on the little bitty things.
"19 seconds left in the game. On offense, here are the Warriors. Curry passes to Kuminga. Green with the ball. Defended by George. And it's Green missing. Curry with the steal. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony and our reporter David Aldridge and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long And as we leave, we present our player of the game.
Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. All right, Doris, how about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
So a look at our starters for the Wizards. Kispert is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Sarr. Then it's Jordan Poole. And it's Carrington in at the 2. And it's DeRozan missing. Here's Carrington. He's covered by Levine. The 3 is up. That one's good from Kispert on the assist by Middleton.
I tell you, it always feels great getting those first points on the board.
And will that get him rolling? Will it get his team rolling? This should be an interesting night.
DeRozan deciding where to go with it. On the take. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
I think I can make the case that DeMar DeRozan finishes through contact like a big man. This guy is tremendous at end-one opportunities.
DeMar DeRozan, an impressive scorer who takes relatively few three-point shots, Greg.
Yeah, the arc is not his primary focus. He'd rather pick you apart in the mid-range, but he does it so consistently that the points pile up quick.
Two things there that make that possible for Jordan Poole: focus and body control.
Here's Levine. Washington with a rebound. Boy, this team is on a heater right now. 16 wins in a row, and they've shown no signs of slowing down.
What an absolute joy to watch. This team is playing a beautiful brand of basketball right now. Everything about it: the athleticism, the basketball skill, the intelligence, the heart, the toughness, the commitment. These guys have been extraordinary.
Pass to Murray. Now here's Levine. And here's Sabonis. Back to Levine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Soft touch off the glass.
I'll tell you what, how high Levine gets on the jump. This guy's such an effective scorer on the inside.
Poole against Fultz. Fires at the elbow. Rebounded. Domantas Sabonis.
I mean, I think that was their first miss of the game. They've been just rolling.
Here's Fultz. Off target from the baseline. For Washington, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Middleton finds Poole. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by Poole. The Kings have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Here's DeRozan. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
Whatever it takes to get to his offensive game, that time DeMar doing work in the painted area.
Here's Poole. 2 points. That one goes. Poole's got 6.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
Levine passes to Sabonis. Outside Fultz. Pass to Levine. From deep. Here's Sabonis. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. They'll pin that on Chris Middleton.
You know, it's such a pleasure to watch Domantas Sabonis play the game. Yes, he's got absolutely God-given talent, but he also has an incredible understanding and feel for the game, and he plays it the right way.
Green's checked in for the Kings. Ellis comes in for Fultz. George, he's checked in for Washington. Marcus Smart comes in for Middleton. And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Thanks, guys. The Kings were not complacent this summer. They have added all-star DeMar DeRozan in a sign and trade. He brings even more firepower to an offense that was already among the league's best. In the loaded Western Conference, the Kings knew they had to make moves to stay in the fight. DeRozan is one of the biggest signings in Kings franchise history, guys.
A tremendous addition. Shams, thanks for the update. I'm being told we've got Shams Charania on the line with a developing story. Shams, what's the scoop?
Thank you, B.A. Closing in on the trade deadline, the Sacramento Kings front office is getting things done. They went after Draymond Green because they want an enforcer. They're banking that he can come in, get into opponents' heads, both with his words and his physical play, but he's going to make them a much more difficult team to beat. He's a championship veteran.
Shams, thank you. Always some intriguing news breaking in the NBA.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Outside, Green. Pass to Ellis. The three. Fires in the triple.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Poole. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. Poole's got 14.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Sabonis. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter.
Domantas Sabonis is one of the outstanding passers from the post position that we have in today's game. If you're open, he'll find you.
Here's Poole. Rebounded by Green. Here's Ellis. Fires for three. Unable to get that one. What a performance for Jordan Poole. He's been the story for the Wizards. Absolutely carrying the offense. He ends the quarter with 14. We'll be right back. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Washington.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting in the second. We've got Malcolm Brogdon. Rashawn Holmes is out there with George. Then there's Corey Kispert, and it's Smart in at the one. Shot by Levine, no good.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Sinks it from distance. 6 points for him.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Here's Levine. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. They'll pin that one on Marcus Smart.
Zach LaVine, one of the most entertaining players in the league. Boy, when he's cooking offensively, look out.
Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
And Sacramento making a change here. Fultz is checked in. And it's Brogdon missing. Kings trail by 8. Outside LaVine. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul. Fultz against Smart. Here's Ellis.
Well, you've got to have anticipation skills, and reading your man so important. Malcolm Brogdon guarding right now.
It's Smart on the wing. Pounded by Fultz. Smart with the bucket.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Sacramento shooting right at 35%. Not getting what they want out there. Outside LaVine. Pass to Green. Launches a three. Offensive board. Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, I think this is something Jonas Valanciunas has hung his hat on. His ability to consistently get to the offensive window. Nicely done.
Three-pointer Kispert. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. This game following their win against the Rockets.
And that night, they did a great job of executing their plays and creating mismatches.
It was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
And it's Brogdon missing. Kings trail by 9. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And Sacramento with some changes. Sabonis comes in for Jonas Valanciunas, and DeMar DeRozan is subbed in for LaVine. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, one nickname you hear for DeMar DeRozan is the lone mid-ranger. He said you can operate freely in the mid-range. It's like an ocean out there. If you're smart, you can take advantage of the space and pick teams apart. Brian?
He's an expert tactician working in between. Thanks, Allie. And that one's good. Green.
There is something special about the competitive spirit of Draymond Green. You make a three, I'm coming right back with one of my own.
Oh, what an effort by Poole.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Poole. That's his first foul. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Sabonis, right side. On the wing, DeRozan. Middleton covering. Clock at 4.
Incredible defense from Middleton. I mean, maintaining good pressure on the shooter without fouling.
The drive by Poole, and it goes. That makes him 9 for 13 now.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Now a timeout by Sacramento. And some changes here for the Kings. Keegan Murray's checked in for Draymond Green. And it's Zach LaVine in for Ellis. .107 left in the second quarter. Now here's Fultz. Coming off a 16-point game against Houston. 6 on the shot clock. DeRozan. Look at DeRozan making his presence felt.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Here's Poole. And Fultz pulls it down.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Good D by Middleton.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Here's Poole. It falls, and now he's 10 of 15 shooting. Nice work. There's 21 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Middleton against DeRozan. Rebound by the Wizards. And here's Poole. Converting through contact. That's a shifty move by Poole.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And so it's the Washington Wizards in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. We'll be right back after this word.
Welcome.
And we welcome you to halftime. First order of business, time to take stock of the All-Star voting. Some great players vying for a spot on the team. Who made your ballot, big fella?
Well, Ernie, that's personal.
Oh, come on. Who made your ballot?
You never asked someone who they voted for. Come on, Ernie, you know better than that.
Why are you being so secretive, Shaq? I mean, you trying to write yourself in again?
Listen, it's G14 classification. Snitches get stitches. Yes, I am.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Washington Wizards.
They've been in fuego from downtown, finding space and letting it go, showing no signs of letting up, guys.
As a three-point shooter yourself, Chet, this has to bring you back.
Oh, my gosh, those were the good old days.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. One of the stories here, Jordan Poole. Man, is he getting it done today.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Washington leading by 13. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Zach LaVine out there with Markelle Fultz. And it's Sabonis in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from the inside.
Washington shooting their first free throw tonight. And that one misses.
When this young guy is on his game and 100% focused, Jordan Poole unequivocally has the talent to affect winning. And boy, we know he can come up clutch in big games.
And over the last month, these point guards have been shooting the rock with confidence. Jordan Poole on top.
And if you thought he was an accurate passer, check out his shooting. Just so efficient from the field.
You have to keep in mind, a lot of those shots are coming from the perimeter. To have that kind of field goal percentage from the point guard spot is pretty amazing.
And so he makes both from the line.
Zach LaVine explosive with athleticism, with his hops, with his ability to score the basketball.
Here's Poole. Poole gets it in close.
Wow, they're really being taken advantage of defensively out there. No rim protection whatsoever.
Outside Murray to the right side. DeRozan for 3. And it's Poole with a rebound. Poole's got 4 rebounds now. An easy 2 on the layup. Poole's got 6 here in the quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Fultz scanning the floor. Here's Sabonis. Sarr pulls it in. Sarr's got 4 rebounds in the game. Well, Grant, in the spring of 2024, a remarkable streak ended. Domantas Sabonis had recorded 61 consecutive double-doubles.
Yeah, it was the longest streak since the merger back in 1976. Now, Sabonis has led the NBA in rebounding multiple years. Plus, he has averaged 8 assists in a season, so that is big-time production.
Such a big-time athlete. LaVine makes the hardest moves look easy.
Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? You take a look at the Wizards. They're in first place right now with a tremendous record. They're certainly the team to beat.
Well, for the Wizards, I think we all knew they were going to be a dangerous team, but to their credit, they have lived up to those expectations. They're just not a team you want to face right now.
Yeah, and there really hasn't been any feeling out process for them at the start of the season. They were in peak form immediately.
It's stolen by Poole. And he's going for the lob. Oh, stolen by Fultz. DeRozan against Middleton. Outside LaVine. It's good. LaVine's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
The drive by Poole. Count it. And the Wizards lead by 19.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Outside LaVine. DeRozan outside. 6 to shoot. Got a piece of it.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
No good from outside.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
And this is his 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight. That free throw misses. Well, Grant, with this new media deal, more broadcasters for the NBA.
You're right, B.A. And the league benefits economically. Hopefully, more innovation on the broadcast side, too, and a chance to even reach new fans as well.
Ellis has checked in for Fultz. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the 3rd here. Plenty of daylight on that shot. LaVine's got 8 here in this quarter.
I'll tell you, tough first half, puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
Poole, the pass to Sarr. Shoots over Sabonis. Sarr misses.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
LaVine surveys the D. 3-pointer off the mark.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Kispert, that's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. Smart has got 4 assists now tonight.
Marcus Smart dishing it well in that instance. We know he is a special defensive player, but how about that pass?
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Poole. That's foul number 2 for him. So for Washington, Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Sarr, and Brogdon is subbed in for Kispert. Here's LaVine for 3, and Holmes pulls it down. Wizards leading by 20. Here's Poole. Uses the glass on the layup. Poole's got 38 points.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Time called here. The Kings decide to talk it over.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Kings. Green comes in for Murray. DeRozan outside. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Wizards.
We're picking all the low-hanging fruit. Defenses these days want to concede the mid-range, and they're happy to take it.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
Count it. Good.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
Oh, they get a hand on it. It's stolen by Poole. To the inside. It's stolen by Green. Now the Kings in transition. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
I tell you, you allow Jonas Valanciunas space, and he will throw it down. He's got the size and length to make it look easy.
Poole from long range knocks down the triple. Poole's got 43 points.
They are trying to close this out strong, and he's the man who's put you in this position.
Here's Ellis, defended by Smart. Valanciunas with a screen on Smart. Just 5 to shoot. Fade away. Doesn't go that time. What a performance for Jordan Poole. He's been the story for the Washington Wizards. He was dominant this quarter, scoring in bunches. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And now we have a State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. We've got Sadiq Bey, Marcus Smart out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Rashawn Holmes, and it's Gill in at the 4. Ellis, good.
And forget position. Sabonis is one of the best overall passers in the league.
Here's Brogdon. Yep, that one's good.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Sabonis outside. Fultz passes to Laravia. Sabonis with a screen on Bey. And the ball out of play. The Wizards will have it. And here's Smart. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. Brogdon from outside. And it's Laravia with a rebound.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Brogdon feeling it out a bit. Bey finds Holmes. Back to Bey. Pass to Smart. The 3 is up. On target from range.
Yeah, he's so much fun to watch. Smart hit that corner 3, and his teammates and coaches are all about it.
Sabonis outside. Down low. Lays it up and banks it in.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And some changes here for the Kings. Keegan Murray's checked in for Draymond Green. DeRozan comes in for Laravia, and it's Levine in for Ellis. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Poole's got 46.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Poole against Fultz. Inside. Take it away! Poole against Fultz. And that one's good. Poole's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight. And with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Back to Murray. Pass to DeRozan. No good that time. Great D that time from Middleton. Here's Poole. Another bucket. Wow.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Sabonis outside. Looking to win the run. And Levine with the basket on the assist from Sabonis. Sabonis has got 4 assists now tonight. Here's Poole. Yet another bucket.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Outside Levine. Pass to DeRozan. Picked by Sabonis. And it's DeRozan missing.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
Now here's Kispert. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Levine. Now Murray. Outside Fultz. They set a pick. Here's DeRozan. And he makes it on the layup.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Wizards.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And their efforts tonight pushed them to 41 wins on the year so far.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jordan Poole.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
DeRozan outside. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth. It's rebounded by Washington. Middleton looking around. Poole outside. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Fultz against Middleton. Outside Levine. Crafty move. Rebound by Middleton. Poole outside. Oh, he hits again.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. So we see the Wizards taking the W here. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Jordan Poole.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. We're only around halfway through this very long season, GA. This is when the grind, I think, really kicks in.
Yeah, you think about the physical and mental toll this game takes on you. And I miss being out there, but, man, I tell you, it can be a grind.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. They've got Saul, Chris Middleton is out there with Corey Kispert. Then there's Jordan Poole. And it's Carrington in at the 2. The 3 from Poole. It's rebounded by Doncic. There's the triple. Hits it from three-point range.
Wow. I don't know if anything's out of Doncic's range.
And it's Kispert in the corner. Back to Poole. The 3. Drills the three-pointer.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And here's Doncic from the arc. The rebound by Middleton. Washington's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Clark, it's hard to compare Luka Doncic to any other player we've seen before.
I would certainly agree with that. Ditto to that, Kevin, because he is unique. His pace is never hurried. He never gets rattled. He complains to officials a little bit more than I like to see, but he's strong. He's got great touch and feel, and he scores at all 3 levels, and he's a brilliant passer.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport. The Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Briefly spoke with J.J. Redick. The two of us talked about how important it is to make sure Chris Middleton doesn't get going. Coach said he's an all-star caliber player for a reason. Now, I told our guys to make sure we know where he is on the floor at all times. Now, it sounds like they respect and are aware just how impactful Middleton can be. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And here's Doncic from the arc. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. And Middleton kicks to Poole from outside the arc. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here is Hachimura. He's tightly guarded. For the Lakers, they won their last contest, that game against Los Angeles.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
Pass to Doncic to end the run. He gets that one. Doncic has got 8 points.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Poole, the pass to Kispert. From deep three-point land, LeBron grabs the mess. Lakers trail by 6. I'm told now by our producer, do we have them, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks, guys. The Lakers this summer signing first-time head coach J.J. Redick. He's a veteran of 15 seasons. The sharpshooter's rise in broadcasting had been meteoric. The Lakers really want Redick to be their long-term head coach. But the question, with an aging superstar in LeBron, how much patience will exist in L.A. for Redick learning on the job?
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. And Los Angeles with some changes. Vanderbilt comes in for Hachimura. And it's Connect in for Austin Reeves. 1:20 left in the first quarter. Here's Poole. It's good. 16 points for him.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Doncic outside. The three-pointer, no good. Wizards leading by 4. Here's Brogdon. And the rejection by LeBron.
Love the defense from James. When he's engaged and focused, he can block some shots, folks.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Poole kicks to Brogdon. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team.
And they had some trouble with this group a year ago. And it's a bit of a head-scratcher as to why, given the way both teams ended the year.
Well, if you only looked at talent alone, you would have thought they would have avoided the sweep, but that wasn't the case, was it?
Man, that's a hard shot. But Brogdon makes it look easy.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And all you need to do is see his free throw percentage, guys. 90 for the season to know what kind of year he's having.
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
Reeves outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Jordan Poole making highlights for Washington. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. And we'll be right back after this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
You know, in the early going, they've been effective scoring in the mid-range, and if it's falling, I say stay with it.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
So on the floor for Washington, George is out there with Holmes. Then it's Corey Kispert. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Smart in the 20s. Inside, a rebound by the Lakers. Here's Vincent, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Pass to Connect. Good on the three-point shot. Connect's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And that's Connect's biggest weapon offensively. He's a knockdown three-point shooter.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Austin Reeves went undrafted, but his success comes as no surprise to him. He says, I've always felt like I belong. It goes back to childhood. His mom once asked him, is this confidence or cockiness? And he told her, you're basically kind of the same thing. Kevin, back to you.
That's something else. Undaunted. Hey, David, thank you. Kispert, the shot's good on the assist by George.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
All right, I'm just getting this my headset. I'm told we have Shams Charania, our 2K insider, on the line. He's not with us, and some important NBA news. Hey, Shams, what do you have for us?
Hey, Kevin. Closing in on the trade deadline, the Sacramento Kings front office is getting things done. They went after Draymond Green because they want him to be an enforcer. They're banking that he can come in, get into opponents' heads, both with his words and his physical play, but he's going to make them a much more difficult team to beat. He's a championship veteran player.
Thank you, Shams. Great to hear from you as always. Hachimura is checked in for Los Angeles. LeBron comes in for Gabe Vincent. The Wizards also changing it up. Sarr comes in for Rashad Holmes, and Middleton subbed in for Kispert. A fantastic string of games for him. Your Western Conference Player of the Week, Luka Doncic.
And you can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it.
And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for Washington. And this team has been on a very impressive 17-game winning streak. They are red hot right now.
And it is very impressive, but it's also interesting. I mean, even sitting here at the broadcast table and the storyline this group has created has you just impressed and a little scratch in your head, because we expect drama and a certain amount of unpredictability with this crew. That's not gone away, but I tell you, this team seems to be minimizing or mitigating the volatility. They seem to be a lot more solid of late.
And that one's good, Brogdon. So, Clark, the last couple NBA seasons featuring 14 of the top 15 team offensive ratings in league history.
You know, I think that's testament to the skill level of the players. And certainly you hear some coaches talk about defense being legislated out of the game. It is an entertaining product. That's part of the drive. for more offense, but I guess I could agree that there does need to be maybe a touch more balance and not so tilted toward the offense.
James, no good.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Pass to Middleton. Launches it. And he's good on the 3-ball. Middleton's got the lead up to 9 now for the Wizards.
Well, there's a good reason this guy shoots as many threes as he does. Chris Middleton is a knockdown three-point shooter.
And J.J. Redick calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Some changes for the Lakers. Doncic is checked in for Vanderbilt. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Austin Reeves. Here's Vincent. Nothing on the board. A 3-ball. Doncic knocks in the 3.
You cannot give Luka any space out beyond the arc because he'll make you pay every time.
Poole with it. He's picked up by Doncic. And Poole gets it to go. Poole's got 18 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Back to Doncic. Some changes for the Lakers. Jackson Hayes comes in for Connect. And it's Austin Reeves in for Gabe Vincent. Reeves outside. Back to Hachimura. Reeves right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires for 3. Hachimura no good. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. George is checked in for Washington. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second-chance points in the league. 4th spot held by the Lakers.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
Pass to Carrington. And here's Poole for 3. Doesn't go for it.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
James misses. Wizards leading by 8. He lobs up the alley pass, and Sarr throws it down.
It's almost too easy for the rookie. Sarr, he just pops up and finishes off that lob.
Here's Reeves. He had 15 points last outing. Pass to Hachimura. And he drives in. And the dunk by Hachimura.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
It's been one of those nights for Poole. He is on a heater.
And here's James outside. James making it look easy from deep. Now Poole into the lane. Here's Sarr. Off target at the rim. And so it's the Washington Wizards heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well on this one. A great performance from the field. We'll return shortly.
Hello, everybody. Tipping off halftime. Let's start things off with a look at the All-Star voting.
I think we have a good idea of who's going to make it, but a couple of bubble dudes who have said they really want this either need to step up or they're getting left out.
Turning back now to that game we've been watching. A positive first half for the Washington Wizards.
You have to ask yourself, how much better can they play? Good decision-making. They made shots. That's very impressive, man.
And now the question is, can they maintain that razor-sharp level of focus? Hard to bet against them.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Hart.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Washington leading now by 7. For an update on Corey Kispert's injury, let's go to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, got an update from the Wizards head athletic trainer, and unfortunately it sounds pretty serious. And as you can see, he's already back on the court. How about that, Kevin?
David, thanks for the great update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sideline.
And in the training room, guys. I mean, that is not going to be an easy injury to bounce back from.
Outside, the wings are Reeves and James. Hachimura out there with Hayes. And Doncic in at the 1 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
You know, Doncic, a great passer, terrific offensive player, but that time showed you he can make offense from his defense.
Here's Poole. It's rebounded by Hayes.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's LeBron. James absolutely owning the inside.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half. Boy, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Middleton against James. LeBron sets the screen for Doncic. Shoots over Poole. Doncic, no good. And so Poole will bring it up for Washington. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz.
Timeout.
They're in the midst of this long 6-game road trip. That will be game 4. And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Let's see some of the numbers here for Luka Doncic.
And he hasn't been making as much of an impact with his defense as he had been earlier in the season. Steal numbers have dropped off in the past 5 games. He'll need to put a lot more effort into his defense here tonight.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says, we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 53s a game. We don't have the luxury of being that team. Working it into the paint, that's what we're really good at. Kevin, they play to their strengths.
They got a lot of strength. Got to do it. Thanks, D.A. And it's Doncic missing.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
And while the offense is developing, Alex Sarr is already a huge presence at the defensive end.
Yeah, along with being a great rim protector, he's a 7-footer who can really slide his feet on the perimeter. He can switch on the guards and make them work for their opportunities.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Doncic against Poole. Back to Doncic. And the foul called on Alex Sarr. That's his first foul. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
Here's Poole outside for George. Pass to Sarr. And here's Poole for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Poole's got the lead up to 14 now for the Wizards. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. LeBron outside. Back to Doncic. Corner shot. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Wizards leading by 12. Pass to Poole. Stolen by Reeves. 1:03 left to play here in the third. Here's Hayes. Vanderbilt the pass to Doncic. Doncic very comfortable down low.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Now, here's Kispert. James covering. And here's Poole for three. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Launches a three. Washington with the rebound. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Song, the pass to George. Here's Poole. Count it, good. Poole's got 38 points.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
James outside to the wing right side. Doncic outside. Fires from deep. He can't get that one. And so it's Jordan Poole making highlights for the Washington Wizards. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So the Wizards 5 right now. We've got Malcolm Brogdon, Richaun Holmes out there with George. Then it's Saddiq Bey. And it's Smart in at the point. Nice ball movement by Washington. Bey finds Smart. For three, Brogdon. They grabbed their own miss. Count it. Holmes got his first bucket in this one.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough. Screen.
Connect with a wide open look. And the lead is down inside single digits. Connect's got 5 points in the quarter.
I love how aggressive Connect is off the catch. Shots like that proves he belongs in this league.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
6 on the shot clock. James in the post, working on Bey.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. And Los Angeles with some changes. Hayes is checked in for Vanderbilt. Austin Reeves comes in for Connect. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Vincent. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, J.J. Redick's message with his team was simple. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said, we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, and they've struggled from three-point range here in the second half, and it's making it that much harder for them to chip away at that lead.
And Sarr throws it down.
Making the right pass is the first thing on Poole's mind. He wants to be the floor general.
And here is LeBron. On the wing, Doncic. And again, no good by the Lakers.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
And here's Poole for three. It's rebounded by Hayes.
Not quite enough defense That time around, just lucky he was off.
Hachimura kicks to James. Pass to Hayes. And here is Doncic. Bangs home the trifecta. Doncic has got 14 points here in the second half.
Doncic giving you the full package. Superstar for sure.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And so Poole will bring it up for the Wizards. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Kept alive, and Hayes throws it down.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
It's good. Poole's got 40 points.
Nobody can knife through a lane quite like Jordan Poole.
James against Middleton. James in the post. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Middleton on the wing. Takes a three. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Wizards lead by 15.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Wizards.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in the two-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jordan Poole.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Middleton against LeBron. Takes it inside.
An offensive mastery right there. I mean, great move in the lane and then the flush.
With just no way for the D to handle it.
Well, I tell you what, you just got to sit back and admire the creativity there.
There's a toughness Poole brings to the floor. He can handle a little contact.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Wizards.
Well, you know, for me, when you can convert this many times in the paint, I think that's a sign that your offense is really in a healthy state.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the three. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
No good on the second free throw.
And the confidence Poole plays with, you got to admire. He feels like he can hit from anywhere on the floor.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
For three. Not going to go that time. This gives them the opportunity to get within 10. Here's Reeves. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. And the Wizards with possession. They have a 9-point lead. Poole with it. He's picked up by James. And the layup is good. Poole's got 45 points.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Baseline jumper. That's good. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Now it's time for our player of the game.
Invest in your brand with high-quality stream visuals. Fire DM me. Add me on Discord, Brooklyn_Faster.
All right, they gotta stop here. Thank everybody for came through that watched. Anybody that's watching on the replay, appreciate it. As always, like, subscribe, comment, and share. Peace.
At Brooklyn_Foster and everyone, thanks for watching. Like, thumbs up, comment, subscribe and share. Victory hand.